Hi everyone. Hey, hold on, I'm trying to. There we go. Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to another video with with electrasoul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just that spiritual girl putting everybody on alongside a whole lot of other things. But today in this video, guys, we're gonna be talking about exactly what the caption says. But please also let me know if the thumbnail here it looks okay can you guys see my thumbnail? Because when I went live, I couldn't see it. But okay, let me know. Anyway, okay, so this video is about ego deaths, and it comes from a question that someone asked on one of my live streams, and it was from Jada Thompson. They said, "What is an ego death and why do so many demonize it?" Okay, so I'm really glad. Hey, I'm really glad to be able to answer this, especially for you, Jada. Hey, Boo, and hey, Dad B. What's up, guys? Because this is something that for me matters a lot. Okay, when it comes down to ego deaths, that is something that definitely does play a huge role in the lives of so many people becoming spiritually better, more, stronger, more inclined, more confident to just do the right thing and basically everything else that they should be doing for themselves as a whole. And it's something that I care about a lot in general because I underwent my own ego death many years ago. And I'm going to definitely tell you guys about it because there's a lot of details surrounding that. It was a lot for me at that time because it was just like very overwhelming in a sense. It's just something that completely turned your world upside down. Okay. And the reason I feel like at that time it was so much for me, I'm going to explain everything. I'm going to explain everything. Let me go into detail first. Let's start from the top. Okay. So basically, an ego death is when your ego dies in the sense that everything that your ego is used to, maybe the way that you would talk to people, maybe you weren't very soulful about the way that you would talk to people. Maybe you were kind of like, saying things that you wouldn't normally say at your core, you know what I mean? Like the kind of person that you are, maybe you were doing things to impress people, you were saying things to impress people, you were listening to music that you didn't even like to impress people. I know it's like a lot of impressing people, but literally a lot of ego things have to do with validation, most things, if not all. You know what I mean? Like a lot of things that come from the ego are about receiving validation for something in your reality. So that can be begging for love. That can be you dressing up a certain type of way to be impressive for people that you think, oh yeah, they'll like how I look, or I'll be accepted, or whatever. It literally, guys, every single thing that you can think of that does not feel soulfully correct to you is probably something that stems from ego. Okay. So it's also, for example, me agreeing with someone that I don't actually agree with just to be on the right side of things with them. You know what I mean? Like to be on a smooth page or whatever. Listen, with the ego, it is a very fragile thing. The ego is a very fragile thing because the ego is something that is there to protect you from getting hurt. And what that means is that anything that you feel like you want to do in your reality, let's say that you want to travel the world, but your ego comes up with 8 billion reasons as to why you shouldn't. That's your ego trying to protect you from getting hurt because maybe if you travel the world, you'll become smarter, you'll see new things, maybe things will open your eyes in a way that you never thought could be opened before. You know what I mean? Like there's just a lot of strength and knowledge that comes from you undergoing this ego death. But the thing is, like I stated, it can feel very overwhelming for a lot of people because a lot of people grew up in a certain way with a lot of egotistical implications put onto them, a lot of egotistical ideas. Maybe when you were a kid, you loved to do your makeup and your mom told you to stop doing that. Or maybe you were a boy, for example, and you did your makeup, like you're a kid, and your dad is like yelling at you because why are you wearing makeup? Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, literally things like that. So that is where it starts stemming up from. It starts going up from there. Okay. So it doesn't just rest at, oh, you're a boy, why are you wearing makeup? It also goes to, how come you dress like that? Why do you talk like that? Why do you listen to music like that? Why do you do your hair like that? Why this, why that? Everything that could make a person overthink. Then they start shaping their egos around what other people, this world, society, they think enjoy from them. Okay. So, oh, maybe it wasn't cool when I was wearing that, but maybe I can wear this and maybe people will think I'm cool. And if people think I'm cool, then I know I'm cool. The truth is, guys, obviously your soul knows everything about you, bro. Like if you do what you want to do, you live your life the way that you want to, you're the coolest person in the world if you have confidence, period. I'm telling you guys that like a billion percent it is true. But like I stated, the ego is a very fragile thing. So anything that could hurt you, anything that could make you feel afraid, rejection, you know what I'm saying? Like you asked someone out and they rejected you, and now you're terrified to ask anybody out because what if they reject me in the same way that this person did? Those are all things that sting the ego. Undergoing an ego death is basically when all that gets put to rest and you're able to see the world and yourself and spirituality and everything for exactly what it is. Okay. So, for example, I can tell you guys, I have had so many humbling experiences in my reality because of the way that people treated me at one point, or the things that people would say about me, say to me. You know what I mean? Like my ego was very fragile when I was little, like very, very, very fragile. If someone said even the slightest thing about why, like I could have like one braid right here, and if someone's like, why do you have that braid there? When I was little, I would have been like, oh, like, is that not right? You know what I mean? Like, I would have wanted to take it out. I would be embarrassed, things like that. Very fragile egos. When you undergo this ego death, all of that stuff dissipates. So it's no longer, I got to do things to impress people. I have to look a certain type of way. I got to be a certain type of way in order to be someone, something in this reality. Now it's, I want to stay true to myself and I want to honor the things that I enjoy, that I like, that I appreciate, that and that are true and soulful to me, because that is what you would do at your best, basically in your truest form. That's exactly what you would be focused on all things that only contribute happiness, bring peace to your reality, make you into an even more authentic version of yourself than you already are. You get what I'm saying? It's definitely something that's very, very, very powerful, and it's something that also does not play games in your life at all. Like, you guys have to understand, when you undergo this ego death, at first, I feel like it is probably the scariest part, because you truly learn to see how much you wrapped your identity around certain things that you thought were the final thing for you. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, when I was growing up, but I'm gonna put down my fan. I'm cold, guys. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, okay, so when I was a teenager, I remember that I would do literally most things for other people all the time, okay? So I would dress mostly for other, like, I remember I was growing out of that as I was like getting older, but a lot of it was for other people. I was like, let me dress like this, let me listen to music like that, let me talk to people like this, things like that. And like I was egotistically accepted by many. But then as time went on, I remember I hit this enormous ego death. I literally had this huge spiritual awakening. And the thing that I want to tell you guys is that it's not something, like Jada Thompson asks, why do people demonize it? The reason that people demonize it, and it's usually people who hadn't undergone an ego death yet, or people who are very shocked by their ego death, that think that it's like the scariest thing. But the truth is that the reason it feels that way is because it just hits you. Like, it just comes to you and you have an enormous realization. That's all that a spiritual awakening is. It's having an enormous realization about your life and about the way that you're living and the way that you talk and the way that you think and all this other stuff. And now you're realizing that that's not who you are anymore, and that you want to stay true to yourself. So it's basically about you having this huge realization and then carrying out what it is to keep up with this ego death. Okay. So, for example, like I stated for myself, I underwent this huge ego death. I could tell you guys the details now. A few years ago, I probably wouldn't have wanted to, because to me, it was still like fresh. I'm very private. I'm someone who doesn't like to share things like that, because those things hurt me a lot. Like, the things that I went through hurt me a lot. That led me to this spiritual awakening. And that is, I want you guys to know, you don't have to undergo pain in order to receive or undergo an ego death or anything like that. Going through an ego death is as simple as talking to someone who completely enlightened your mind, experience some sort of soul connection with someone, like I stated, who completely opened your mind. You going to a different country and seeing how people live, and then realizing for yourself what the truth is. It could come from anything. But for me, because I was a bit more stubborn when I was a teenager and things like that, even up until recent, like a year or two ago, I was pretty stubborn still. But no, I would say like 2 years ago, before that, I was a lot more stubborn. But for me, because I was a lot more stubborn, it hit me very hard. So I remember that basically I was already easing into going through a spiritual awakening very slowly. And that's usually how it is, guys. It's usually like you get little tidbits of it, if that makes sense. For example, I started to see angel numbers. I remember before I really had the spiritual awakening. I started to see angel numbers. I was talking a lot about spirituality with this one person who I really cared about at that time. And I remember that this person completely betrayed me, like completely. Okay. So they were the ones who put me onto a lot of the information that I ended up learning a lot more about. You know what I mean? Like they opened the book for me and I just kept turning the pages and reading basically. So they hurt me a lot. Like, they ended up completely betraying me in a way that I didn't think that they would ever, because I knew them for a long time. We were really good friends, whatever, but they ended up just kind of 180ing. They just turned around and they just completely dipped and left it's like they ghosted me and completely left me blindsided by everything because we were friends. At that time, honestly, we were friends before, but by this point, we this person and I were talking or whatever. Like, we were, probably going to date, but the way that I am in relationships, I'm very serious. I don't play games. I don't talk to people. Like, I'm not a talker. It's either we're dating or we're not. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this person was someone that I was pretty serious about. But keep in mind, like I stated, I'm not someone who's very serious about many people at all, you know? So I was already, I feel like, becoming spiritually attached to this person, even though my ego was very freaked out because I was like, I want to keep a distance. But spiritually, I felt very close to them. So they were like telling me all this information. They were telling me about angel numbers. They were telling me about like everything that, like I stated, I kind of went into now. And when they dipped on me, basically, it was like that person, honestly, I haven't talked to them since that this happened, but I do still think about them and I intend the very best for them, which is also something as a that's this kind of mindset also comes from a result of your spiritual awakening where you have like a lot of love for everyone, right? So even though he did me very dirty, because he talked a lot of shit about me, basically that's what he did. After he talked a lot of shit about me, I was completely like blindsided, but by that point I was already very spiritually awakened. So he left and I remember I was like, oh my god, holy shit, I feel like I can't like turn this off now. I learned about angel numbers. I'm seeing them everywhere. I'm feeling the presence of angels now. Like, I'm seeing the world differently. I feel like I want to be more authentic in life. That's basically how my spiritual awakening happened. It was because of this connection that forced me to open my eyes. So I began to honor that a lot. Like, I remember I was like, okay, yes, I'm going to stay very loyal to this. Like, I'm going to go out and learn more about spiritual awakenings and learn more about angels and being more in tune, in touch with yourself and all that stuff. Even though before my whole life I was pretty spiritual, you know what I mean? But it was nothing that I really focused on because, again, I was very deep on this ego trip that I've been on my entire life. So then after that, I spent like a whole year, guys. I went in. I remember I got my phone taken away for like the whole summer of 2018. And I had like a secret laptop, low key. I had like a secret laptop in my room. So I was doing mad research. I was looking up everything you can imagine: auras, twin flames, soulmates, spiritual awakening, how to stay true to yourself, how to honor you, and how to not, like, basically undergoing an ego death. What is an ego death? This, that. I was doing all the research you could ever imagine. And upon me doing all of this stuff, I remember I became so fucking spiritually awakened that I was very excited to go back to school because this was my senior year. I was very excited to go back because I was like, I'm gonna bring all this knowledge to wherever I go. Like, this is the first time that I'm in school and I'm being very soulful and true to myself. I'm so excited. So I was very excited. I went and I remember I was dressing how I wanted to dress. I was doing my hair how I wanted to. I was like literally trying for myself now, like being spiritually true to myself, authentic, as opposed to being egotistical before, where I would make excuses. I would not dress the way that I wanted to dress. Like I stated, I would talk to people I didn't even like, things like that, just to keep up an image, the ego image. So I come back to school and I'm like not feeling myself because I remember I was feeling myself, but I wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm that bitch. I was just like, I'm so happy to be so authentic. I'm so happy to like be an example to other people. And of course, you got that confidence in there. You are that bitch always. But the whole point was that I was glad to be an example. Okay. So then eventually I remember I was manifesting my twin flame because I thought this person was my twin flame because of how spiritually awakened I became. But keep in mind, guys, your twin flame will never intentionally hurt you. So the fact that he ghosted me to begin with, like that, and just left me like completely on the side of the road, to me, I was like, okay, as time went on, I was like, this is probably not my twin flame because my twin flame like literally wouldn't do that to me, whatever. But I still wasn't sure. So I still kind of stayed true to that idea. I was like, maybe he's my twin flame, maybe, like, I don't know. Okay. So then finally the day came. I was with one of my friends, and he also had undergone this huge spiritual awakening, and we became friends kind of recent in that time. So he was also a tarot card reader. He read tarot a lot, and he pulled cards for me, and the card was like, what is it? The world card, the end of a cycle, basically. Okay. So I remember he was like, "You need to tell him how you feel." Like, we hadn't spoken, me and this person hadn't spoken for a year, but I was so spiritually awakened, and I thought he was super spiritual too because of all the stuff that we talked about. So he was like, "You need to tell him how you feel and get it out on the table and just see what happens." So I did. And keep in mind, it's not even something I do. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not like someone who's like, "I remember you and I miss you." Like, fuck no. I've never been like that. But I was like, you know what? You're right. Let me just say how I feel because I feel like I really love him a lot. So let me tell him. So I told him. And I remember the paragraph was so soulful. Like, I remember when I wrote that shit, I was like, let me be very soulful about this and not, like ulterior motive, not trying to like make him think that that he has to say something back to me. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, let me be myself and let me just tell him how I feel. Like, the worst thing that he can say is no. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the worst thing. So I told him how I felt, and I was like, okay, let's see what happens because we're very spiritual people, or I'm a very spiritual person, but I feel like he's not as spiritual anymore. Like, I remember thinking that, and I was like, let's see. So I told him, and keep in mind, this is like one of the first times after undergoing this huge spiritual awakening, I decided to just go ahead and say how I feel and not be afraid, go with my soul. So I did. And I wrote this cute ass paragraph. It was not that big. It was cute though. It was like so nice. I remember, I wish I still had it, but I was so mortified after that. I, of course, don't. But what I said was basically that I really loved him. I was like, I really love you. And I've thought about you like basically every day for the past year. And thank you so much for putting me onto all the spiritual stuff that you have. And yeah, I basically was very nice. I remember I was like, well, that's a nice paragraph. Okay, whatever. So I wrote it. I sent it. It obviously, okay, so it proved to me at that point I had undergone this spiritual awakening. My ego death was basically, I want to say almost complete. I was completely humbled, if you know what I'm saying. He hit me back. He was like normal. He was like, "Thank you." And I remember thinking like, "Okay, like thank you." I was like, "All right, let me just go with the flow," because again, soulfully, I was like, let's just see. And then that was it. I remember I was like, "Do you want to hang out?" Because the person with the tarot cards asked me or told me that I should ask him to hang out. Keep in mind, again, I'm not like that. I'm not like, "Kim, do you want to hang out?" This, that. I've never been like a pursuer, right? So I asked him, I was like, "Do you want to hang out?" Keep in mind, I'm thinking very soulfully. So I'm like, if I'm being soulful and I'm being like true to myself, then, like he's not going to take it the wrong way. Was I wrong? Because after that, he talked so much shit about me. He said that I was like insane. He said that I was like obsessed with him. He was like talking shit about, he called me a witch, like to people. Like, he literally said I was like a witch and like a spell, like a cat spell, whatever. And that he said he posted what I wrote to him on fucking social media. He posted it on his spam account. And my friend ended up telling me, like, she was like, "Oh my God." She was like, "Don't ever waste your time with him ever again." This, that. I was, of course, mortified. I remember I turned pale. I was like, okay, in my most soulful form. In the past, as more egotistically, I would have definitely been extremely pissed. I probably would have cussed him out. Um, I would have like done more, right? But in that moment, I was so like in my zone spiritually that I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pretend like he doesn't exist. But I remember I looked at my friend, I was like, I'm just gonna pretend like he doesn't exist. And that's it. I'm just gonna move on. She's like, I think that's exactly what you should do. And that was literally the end of that. That was it. After that, I had dreams about him like wanting to talk to me and all this other shit. But that didn't matter. The whole point though, guys, is that you can see from undergoing a spiritual awakening and going through all the things that you go through with an ego death, life comes very, very, very beautifully to you and very peacefully because you're no longer fighting the current. Like, you're not fighting this wave. If I feel like in that moment, because keep in mind that was around my spiritual awakening time, it was a big thing for me to undergo something like that because I really changed everything about myself. I became myself, I feel like that taught me a lot about what it was to understand the way that people are spiritually. When you undergo an ego death, you understand people for who they are. Okay. You don't make up an image of them in your head. You're not like, oh, he's such a sweetheart, and then he's literally like a dick to you, evilly a dick. You know what I mean? You literally take everything for exactly what it is and you hold peace over that. And guys, I'm not saying that with the law of assumption you can't, perceive someone a certain way, and you can, absolutely. It still applies completely. That's entirely dependent on your mindset. But for me, like I stated, I'm very soulful and spiritual as well. So I do assume the best, but I also take what I see and I work with it because I understand that I have a lot of power in that way. So basically, I want you guys to understand that when you do undergo, or I assume that I feel like some of you have undergone your spiritual awakenings. I feel like a lot of you have gone with the flow of it, which is very good. But throughout your spiritual awakening, you're going to see people for authentically who they are, and you don't take it personally. Like, you're not sitting there thinking, oh, she was rude to me. What the fuck? Like, what did I do wrong? I mean, you can wonder that and think, like, okay, what's her problem? But generally, it probably literally has nothing to do with you. They may be triggered by you because you're being yourself, because you're shining light. Something I had to learn to understand, bro. I used to feel very, very, very bad for people, like a lot, because I could feel the insecurities of people very deeply. I could feel when people are jealous of each other. I can feel when people feel a type of way. And I remember I used to be very afraid to shine in my life because I think I don't want anyone to feel like I'm overshadowing them. I would always feel that way. Like naturally, I feel like most of you guys, if not all of y'all, feel the same way about yourselves. You're almost like afraid to be yourself, to shine, to prosper because you think my mom might be jealous of me. What if my sibling says this about me? This, that. The truth is that, guys, you have to be the example that you've always been within your life in reality, and just be that and be yourself and understand that you being who you are and living as you are, that's a very beautiful thing, and it's very inspirational, and it does change the world of everyone and everything around you as well. So it's not just that you're also improving yourself because you've undergone the spiritual awakening, but everyone and everything around you as well have also learned from the example that you've put out there by you being as spiritual as you are. Ego deaths are not actually as scary as people think at all. I do think that that's more of a dramatized version. Like I stated earlier, I think people say that when they, for example, no, I feel like no, because when I went through my ego death, um, no, actually, hold on a second. It was very scary for me at first. I was actually terrified because I remember I was like, holy shit, everything that I knew is like not what I thought it is anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you wake up to the truth of this world, the way that you see society, the things that you see on in commercials, on TV, video games, everything. It's like everything seems to be something that is almost targeting you in a way. You know what I mean? Like trying to get your attention. For example, today I was on my phone and I got an ad for something that I saw. It was like, I forgot, but it was like I got a notification while I was watching an ad and they were for the same thing. Yeah, hello. That's literally, you see right through that shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought to myself, I was like, I wonder how many people this works on. You know what I mean? Like, where some people are like, oh, whoa, that's crazy. That's like insane. How could, whoa, like, you know what I mean? They don't think it's something that's probably literally being implemented onto you, but the truth is that a lot of it is. And the more that you open your eyes to that, is the more that you learn to see that this is a world that is, has a lot of ego in it, but you're able to overcome that. You're able to see past that. You're able to create your own life and world and reality the way that you want to, as peacefully as you desire. And I really do feel like for everyone who is undergoing their ego death and, going through a spiritual awakening, just go with the flow, bro. Please do not fight the current, for real. Do not try to push it away and act like it's not a big deal and it doesn't matter. And, whatever. It does matter a lot. It's everything that will change your life for the better, and that will only help you become an even more authentic version of yourself while going towards the people who match that energy, going towards the music that match that energy, the phrases, the things, the job, everything, guys, literally everything that you ever thought. Let it all be rewritten in your highest favor, because that's exactly what it's doing. That's it. That's it. Spiritual awakenings to me are beautiful. I love them so much. I feel like so many people have undergone them without even realizing it. I think that what really, really implements a spiritual awakening has truly made a difference in your life is if you carry through doing the things that you feel like you should be doing with it. Does that make sense? Like, if you feel as though you should change your diet, I don't know, change the music you listen to, change the friends that you talk to, the job that you have, the school, the major that you're in, whatever. If you feel like you want to do that, please do it and understand it is in your highest favor because your soul is leading the way. Your ego is no longer leading the way, as it shouldn't. Your ego should never be the one leading the way, because if your ego is the one leading the way, you would be like a lot of those celebrities that ended up becoming bankrupt. Like, I'm being for real. I'm talking like, think about like the 80s and 90s. A lot of those celebrities that, oh my god, I think y'all seen Straight Outta Compton the movie. I love that movie, but it's a very egotistical movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very ego-based world, which is understandable because that's the kind of thing that it's like you're brought up in that environment, and if you don't choose to see past it, you're going to stay there. But that's a great example of what it is to live in like a very egotistical world. You know, it's like everything material, everything that looks good, feels good, but what actually is good for you? What's actually good for you? Like, what people are actually helping you? What music is actually making you feel better? What job actually improves your life as a whole? What contributes to your mental, spiritual, physical, financial, emotional health as a whole? All the things that do, those are the things that you should always be paying attention to, and not to the things that do not actually contribute anything to your life. Like, nothing that needs substance in your life. You need substance in your life. And that substance is exactly what's leading the way for you, and that's it. I want you guys to understand, again, spiritual awakenings are not nearly as scary as people think. I think that is more of a shock initially. That's why it's like an ego death. Or I'm sure you guys have heard the dark night of the soul. That's why when a lot of people meet their twin flames, they undergo this huge spiritual awakening and then they're like depressed sometimes because, oh my God, life is so different. That's why I thought that person was my twin flame, is because of how much he awakened me. But I learned to realize that that was a twin flame catalyst. They were basically preparing me for my actual twin flame. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing goes for everything else in this reality. Like, don't hold attachment to anything like that ever. I'm extremely detached now, especially. I have to be, because that's how you live a healthy life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember throughout that year of me and that person not talking anymore, and even though I did miss him and things like that, I remember that I became less attached to him as time went on. So we stopped talking in October of 2017, and I told him that that I like loved him and stuff like that, or cared about him, in August of 2018. So it was almost a whole year. And in that year, I became very detached from him. You know what I mean? Like, I naturally, even though I wanted to be more attached to him, because again, the egotistical idea, he's my twin flame, I should be attached to him. The truth is that I didn't feel that way naturally anymore. I naturally didn't feel that way, and I honored the way that I felt naturally. It's like every feeling that you have that you naturally feel, go with that feeling, because it's definitely there for a reason, and it's something that you just shouldn't fight, because you're almost like, I don't believe that you're ever actually holding yourself back from having those things, because I believe that everything that's meant for you is going to be there regardless. But I do feel like it's almost as though you're punishing yourself unintentionally when you shouldn't be. If you feel like you want to hug your mother, even though you haven't hugged her in 20 years and you don't fuck with her, but now you suddenly feel like you do, give her a hug, bro. Give her a hug. You know, obviously it depends on the circumstance. Maybe if you're not talking to her for 20 years, it's for a reason. But all I'm saying is that naturally, if you feel soulfully inclined to just make a change and to do the things that you know that you've always wanted to do, but that you were very afraid to do, now is the time to do it. And it's time to stay committed to that. And it's also time to just to continue listening to the way that you feel, and to really understand that you're becoming so much stronger of a person just because you're choosing to be authentic to yourself. It's a huge flex to be as strong as you are. It's a huge compliment to be as spiritually in touch and tune everything as you are right here in this very moment. I'm gonna just need y'all to keep on doing, being, and existing as that for yourselves. Okay? Please understand, with your spiritual awakenings, you can always come to me and even talk here about everyone, or I'm sorry, to everyone, about the things that you're going through and how you feel, you know, going through your spiritual awakening. But please remember that there's a lot of people who understand. I understand. I've been there. I'm in my most spiritual form now. Like, you know, I'm only going to keep growing in favor of that, because I do everything I possibly can to stay very true to that, to me, my soul, and not the ego. Because I know, you know, your ego and soul may want different things, for real. Like, maybe your ego thinks that you want $1 billion, but your soul knows that 500,000 is enough. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm just throwing an example out there. But it's, you know, it's something that it's like literally what's best for you. That's why, actually, really fast before I end this video, because I'm about to read these comments. I'm really sorry, guys. I know you guys are talking a lot. And I also apologize in advance if I don't get through everyone. I promise I'm going to do everything that I can to get through everyone's comment. But one thing, for example, that I will tell you guys, a good example. Okay, so with spiritual awakenings, um, you have to keep up with them. Okay, so you can also go through a spiritual awakening and then try to go back to your ego. But the thing is that it will never be the same again. Like, you can try to go back, but you will always have that piece of your mind that's so opened to everything that you've learned that you won't feel very comfortable going back to egotistical things. But it is possible. I've seen it happen sometimes, but even then, it's like you have to choose to keep up with your spiritual awakening. You know, like, you shouldn't undergo a spiritual awakening and then try to fight for your old life back, because you're not going to have it back the same way. And if you really do try to embrace the egotistical shit in life, you may just end up being very unhappy and consciously unhappy. Like, you may notice, like, damn, I'm not happy this way, you know. But you know, y'all remember a lot of my law of assumption videos, I would talk a lot about manifesting different things and all that stuff. A lot of the things that I thought that I wanted to manifest, I didn't actually want to. And I learned that because of my ego. Like, you know what I'm saying? My ego wanted to manifest these things because it was like I was awakened to this whole world where I can manifest anything that I want, however I want. So I was getting very creative, and it was completely fine. You know, you can still manifest whatever, be very creative with it, and it'll be great for you. But for me personally, I'm very picky, and I'm also very, like I stated, soulful about these things. So there was a lot of things that I thought, oh yeah, I want to manifest that. I'm manifesting that, period. And I was actually manifesting those things, bro. Like, I was getting them. I was seeing it. Like, it was happening. But as it was happening, I was like, I don't actually want this shit, bro. Like, why am I focusing on this? I don't even actually want this. Like, my ego wants this and I don't. Like, I don't want it, bro. So then I just stopped. I just stopped with a lot of the stuff that I thought that I wanted. I shifted my perspective. So instead of me thinking I want this crazy fucking thing just to prove that I can have it, I was like, girl, you know you can have it. Let's focus on something you actually want instead, please. Because, you know, that you can do it, but what's the point? Focus on things that are actually true and soulful to you. And so that's exactly what I did. And even here, like, you guys can see it, I've only moved even more soulfully in favor of everything. Because if it were up to my ego, I probably would still be recording videos on my camera, because I would think, oh, it looks better, I can edit it, it's more professional. This is so much more personal. Live streaming, talking to you guys like this is so much better than anything else I could have done, because I chose to honor what my soul wanted. My soul wanted to do this, so that's exactly what I'm doing. You understand what I'm saying? It's something that rings very true to everyone, and it's very, 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 it's very clear once you choose to see that, but you have to choose to see it. And once you see it, it's very hard to go back to anything else. You guys are all very magical and very powerful and very in touch and in tune with your realities. I intend that everyone and everything here sees your life for exactly what it is in your highest favor, and that you manifest everything that you want to manifest, and that actually resonates with you as a person. You deserve everything. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to manifest exactly what you say that you want, and you just deserve to know that everything is working out exactly as you want it to, because this is your life, guys, okay? I truly believe in each and every single one of you guys. I know that y'all are doing this shit effortlessly, especially with spiritual awakenings. It's very easy. Like, you guys are very in touch with that shit. Be there, be square, bruh. Like, for real. Be there or be square, but you're literally all the shapes, bro. You're everything, okay? I love you guys so much, for real. Thank you guys so much for talking to me about this and for listening and just taking my advice, because I know, like, this is very, very, it's a very good topic. I'm very happy to talk about things like this, and I would be more than happy to, you know, make other videos about ego deaths and things like that if anyone wants any other subject around it, like a subject. You know what I mean? Subtopic about this, I would love to. But okay, so with that being said, I'm going to read the comments now. So thank you guys so much for listening and for watching. I'm going to do everything I can, I promise, guys, to get through this. Okay. All right, let's start from the top. Hey guys, hey everyone, hey. Okay, I asked my dad if I can go to London visiting my bestie, and he said no, and began talking crap again about me having to work and that being a singer is going to be hard. But I'm so annoyed about my parents and just want to live with my boyfriend. Like, this overthinking makes me so stressed, and with my parents asking this or that, I know usually I'm the person who pep talks, and I am, but when it comes to me, I don't know. I just want to travel the world and be rich. Okay, so honestly, your parents are definitely afraid. You got to block that shit out. Anything that has to do with limitations that listen, if it doesn't make you happy, block it out. And I'm serious. I'm not saying like, oh, if people are suffering, block it out. You know what I mean? Help them. I'm saying in this case specifically, when you're being projected onto, do not absorb that. Observe it. See it as that's literally you. Like I understand because it's your parents and I know why it affects you so much because I feel like it would have affected me too at one point if I let myself really care about it. But now the way that I see everything is the way that people feel is genuinely a reflection of themselves. So if they're telling you this, it's because they think that it would be hard to do that for themselves. It'd be hard to follow their dreams and that, like you're kind of crazy for listening to what you actually want to do because they don't listen to themselves. So please do everything in your highest favor to not listen to what they tell you, to the limitations that they try to implement onto you. You deserve a lot better than that. And you have to just learn to really refocus and regain strength in your own way so that you're not listening to things that limit you like this and that make you feel like this because you really don't deserve that at all. You don't, my love. But yes, you can definitely do this shit. You know that. You know that for sure. Don't let them bother you and don't let them in your way because they're not supposed to be there at all. This timing is genuinely crazy because recently I've been blocking out things that I feel like society plays down, and I'm glad to hear that. And I've also found myself making the conscious choice of tapping into my soul and approaching things with less pressure. Good. Yes, that's exactly what it is. To literally undergo spiritual awakening naturally, you just become so inclined to do the right thing, to listen to yourself, your soul, taking it day by day. That's what I've been doing now. It's like I don't expect shit from anyone. I expect the best, but whatever it is, it is. Like, I'm good with it. It'll be perfect. It'll work out for me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't let myself get hurt. No one's gonna hurt me without my permission. Hey, Boo. Hey, Tropic. I just love your fashion style and jewelry collections. Thank you so much, Androna. You're so sweet. God bless you, Angel. For real. Thank you. Okay. 5 exams these days. I took one today, but because they're so close together, I have so many topics left to study. I've been robotically affirming for 2 weeks. All the exams will go well. They're easy for me, but I'm so anxious. I'm panicking. Can you see how it will go? Will I fail and have to retake the exams, or I'll pass but get a low grade? Please don't tell me whatever just to make me feel better. Um, I feel like you need to relax for yourself. I was like looking into it and I saw like you need to relax. Calm down. You're going to be okay. You're going to pass. Don't let these exams have so much hold over you. You have more you're the authority here. You get to implement what the fuck you get at the end of any exam you take. But I see that it will be easier with your mindset. I see that clearly. I see that it'll be harder if you're like focusing on that, but it'll be easier if you let it be easier. And I feel like you need to work through this because I keep feeling like you're unintentionally manifesting it to be like difficult, but no, you're not. I just saw that like very clearly. That's why I'm telling you. I feel like do not focus on the stress of it, the difficulty, any of it. Just focus on it being easy. It's stress free for me. This is a good experience for me. It's very easy for me to take tests like this. I can always do amazing. Um, I feel like you can manifest higher grades. Is what I see. I see that the more that you focus on receiving a higher grade, you will. But if you're anticipating getting a lower grade, it could manifest that way too. Please be in front of what it is that you want because you deserve the best. Okay. So don't let that in your way. You deserve better and you can do it. Yeah, hold on one second. Okay. Hi, Sian. OMG, I relate to this so much. I literally grew up with family bullying me about the way I look, dress, my hair. It made me stop dressing with my own style for a while. Now, as an adult, I'm trying to gain the confidence to get my own style back and not be afraid to look however I want, but it's hard because I have those negative thoughts in my head still. That was me for so long. You have to overlook that. And you have to remember that that is, again, their projection. That's it. They're the ones who are afraid to be themselves. They obviously don't love themselves. It's not your problem. It has nothing to do with you. And you're the most beautiful version of yourself that you could be right here in this very moment. That is what you should be focusing on. Okay. So just take it day by day, step by step, and it will become so much easier for you to be yourself and dress how you want and be how you want naturally. You got this, Angel. I'm very proud of you though for going back to your roots in that way because that's what I did for myself too. I like went back to my roots as time went on. I was just like, I'm not gonna leave this shit anymore. Like I deserve to be myself. But yes. I had a gut feeling today's topic would be inspired by me. That's so cute, you manifested that. Thank you so much for this because being soulful feels a lot safer than pleasing others. It is. It truly is. I was watching one of your old live streams and I saw a very strong hue of blue surrounding you, which I assumed it was your aura. Then I looked at the meaning of a sky blue aura and it made perfect sense for how I see you as a person. That is so fucking cute. Thank you so much for saying that. That is so cute. Thank you. God bless you, Angel. So sweet. And also, fuck that. All that, Bang Tang Lily. With anyone criticizing you, F that. Do not let anyone or anything in your fucking way. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're your parents. I don't care if they're your family. I don't care anything. Please place yourself first. Do not place their opinions above yourself. The opinion that you have about yourself is much more important than what anyone else has to say about you. So, as long as your opinion on you is perfect for you, that's what matters the most. And you deserve the very best always. I'm turning 25 soon. It would mean the world for me if you could intuitively tune into what's next for me. I'm so excited to be 25. It feels huge to me already. Cancer Sun, Scorpio rising, Virgo moon. That's so cute. And I like the combination. I like that you're Cancer Sun, Virgo moon. I know someone who's a Virgo Sun, Cancer moon, and I love them. But happy almost birthday. Are you a Gemini or are you a Cancer? No, you said that. You said Cancer. I'm crying. Hold on. Let's see. You're going to meet new people. You may meet a love interest soon if you're not already in a relationship. I saw you like meeting new people and being like intrigued by them. I feel like these people are gonna bring a lot of life to you. Like they're gonna show you a whole other world. I feel like it's gonna be a lot to like undergo. I feel like you're gonna like go through some sort of spiritual awakening low key, but it's gonna be very low key and very kindred like. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be very angelic. I feel like it's going to be very, very calm and beautiful and very natural. So these people are going to meet you naturally and you're going to have a lot of fun with them. So I feel like that's going to be something that will lead to other stuff, like maybe traveling or doing, I feel like adventures is what I see, like doing fun things. So that's amazing. Happy birthday and have fun. It's going to be so fun. I love that for you because I feel that, like, I love that kind of stuff. Um, like living your best life and having people that bring you there. Love it. Is it true that in a lucid dream, you're not allowed to tell people that it's just a dream? And is there anything you shouldn't do in a lucid dream? Um, I've heard that. I don't think it matters. It's fine. Yes, they say don't look in mirrors. I look in mirrors in my dream. Um, that's what they say. They say, like, don't look in mirrors, especially. I look in mirrors in my dreams and I see myself, and it's fine. They say that, like, because the reason is because spirits can mess with you. Like, if they know that you're looking and you know what I mean, like you're there, they can try to put like an image that will fucking freak you out. It could. But to me, that's never happened. I think it actually low key happened once, but I feel like I let it. You know what I mean? Like you have authority over these things. Don't let it. Don't let whatever you don't want to affect you. But yeah, I feel like it's fine. It's fine. Just have a strong mindset and don't be afraid. Have power over you. Have power over your lucid dreams and every dream that you have. I want to ask, when I asked for strength, I was given more things that require strength. Same with patience. It should be coming from a space of empowerment, not struggle. And you're completely right. And as time goes on, it's going to get easier for you to just see it that way, for you to be very empowered within yourself and to see it from a place of strength as opposed to victimization. You know what I'm saying? I have a feeling for myself personally, if I do have an ego death, I feel like I would feel more relief rather than fear because I would understand what's happening. And you probably have already undergone that, honestly, in your own way, very peacefully. Can you help heal slash open your chakras with your own Reiki energy? And does everyone naturally have healing energy by default? Yes, and yes. I've done it for myself, to myself, and yes, everyone does. It's just about how you tap into that. Everyone's very, very, very powerful. You just have to tap into that. That's cute. I was planning to live in South Korea because my man's living there now. It doesn't matter as long as I'm with him. I just want to get married and settle down and manifest more and more and more and buying everything I want, of course, with mindfulness. Recently saw 55555 today. That's amazing. Hi, Hibiscus Melody. But I'm so tired right now, but I'm still 100% ready for a huge change. I won't hold on to old patterns anymore. I want everything today. And so it's already done today. I'm not going to wait for another year. You never waited. It's here. I want a daughter because I can let her wear cute dresses and make her hair. That's cute. Hey girly, hey Karsh. I totally respect all of your hardships and lessons you learned from them, but I want to know if I could set an intention for a peaceful awakening and not have to learn and instead just know. Yes, Jada, you can absolutely do that, and I do recommend that more than undergoing like some sort of heartbreak. You don't have to. The reason it was like that for me is because, again, I was very stubborn, so I needed something to whoop my ass a little bit. It's fine, but it's completely cool. Anyway, but yes, of course you can do that. what do you intuitively feel about my pregnancy? I found out that my baby is measuring significantly smaller by 6 weeks. I'm manifesting that everything is okay, but what do you intuitively feel, or what do you intuitively feel might help in this situation? Thank you so much, Earth Angel. That's so sweet, babe. God bless you. But let me see. Your baby's okay. I see that your baby's fine. I see that it's a girl, right? I see that she's gonna be like a smaller girl or a smaller baby. It's cute. I feel she's gonna be like a miracle baby, but not like because anything will happen. I just feel I just saw 4 4 4 4. Whoa. I just feel she's gonna be like, I don't know, like pride and joy in your life is what I feel. Like, I don't know, just like I get like a really cute vibe. It kind of reminds me of my youngest sister. When she was born, it was like, I don't know, it was like pizzazz. It was really cute. I don't know. I feel like it's the same for you. I feel like everything's okay though. Just I feel like visualize yourself holding your baby, hugging your baby, touching your baby. Everything will be good. It already is. My mom is taking me to the crystal store tomorrow so I can get lapis lazuli. If you have any other recommendations, let me know. That's great. I'm so happy to hear that. Let me see. I think that you should get I see clear quartz. Did I already tell you that? I see clear quartz. Get clear quartz for yourself. Okay. And labradorite. Labradorite. That's what I see. God bless you. Okay. OMG, the story about you texting that guy broke my heart for you. You're so cute, bro. Thank you for empathizing. That's really sweet. And I don't like thinking highly of people when they aren't really that way. How could I go about avoiding that? Or can you just manifest the version of them you see in your mind? Literally me. Like, actually, that was so, I'm a 12th house Venus. So it's like Pisces shit. Literally, it was like I was making up this image. You know what I mean? But it's not, it's like different from manifestation because I wasn't seeing it as like a manifestation. I was like, that's who he is. And I hope that's who he is. You know what I mean? I was just like, I don't know. But, I think that the biggest thing you could do is just take the signs that you see. You're going to see it very clearly when people are who they are and when they're not. They give you signs. Signs are left everywhere. For me, it was always like that. I always got huge signs of how people really are, how they're not, and I take that and I go with it. So I learned to see it for what it is, and then I work with that. But 1,000,000,000% for you, just go with the flow and take your signs as you see them. You know what I mean? Like, take it very seriously and understand that everything will be okay, and that yes, you can also manifest people to be the way that you want them to be, but you have to like intentionally do that and intend that that's what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, bro, that was with Ariana Grande. I looked up to her back then, but I know she's not a good person. How to manifest something bigger with depression. Okay, hold on one second. I'm sorry, guys. I want to answer everyone. I have to go soon. I'm like, bruh, because I know I have like hella things to talk, like to answer here. I'm gonna try to answer. Okay, I'm gonna probably screenshot some of this and maybe make videos on it too. I think I made a video about how to manifest with depression, something bigger with depression. I didn't actually, how to manifest something that I tried to manifest for years and it still hasn't worked. How to change belief system if it feels so hard. I'm gonna cover that in a video for sure. Manifesting something bigger with depression is really about, it's like you have to break through that wall of depression. You have to see through it. You have to see past it, because if you let yourself sit there and like get into it and you feel like, oh my God, my life this, my life that, you can easily fall back into this cycle of having this low self-concept. Working on self-concept is ultimately what's going to help you the most with working through depression and also manifesting bigger things to you. So I highly recommend beginning to uplift yourself consistently. And if you feel like it's hard for you to do that, that's a huge sign that you should keep on doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. It's very important to be on top of your shit when it comes to manifesting what you want, and to also know that you deserve the very best of the freaking best always, and you do. Is it true that you can manifest something deemed as egotistical, soulful? I remember hearing that somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. Like, for example, you can manifest wanting a big house, even though you don't need a big house, but you really want one. You soulfully feel like you could use the space and use up everything. Yeah, of course you can. Absolutely. I think it's just about your mindset. Like, if you're doing it solely to impress people and things like that, I feel like that's like ridiculous, because I wouldn't contribute to that. But if it's to make my life better and it'll make me naturally happier, yeah. If it's for me, yes, it's good, so that's soulful for sure. Oh, I have to tell you this. Today I woke up at 4 a.m. to study, and the first thing I saw after I woke up was 0404. And then at night I saw 444. What's going on, girl? That's angel numbers, baby. So basically, it just represents that angels are all around you, taking care of you, and that you're very well protected. So congratulations to you, because I love the angel number. It always represents that. And it's a very beautiful, where's my, there it is, a very beautiful angel number to see always. Yeah, even bad people can manifest, but that doesn't mean that they won't receive karma or are better than good people. Exactly. Anyone can manifest, but yes, ultimately, everyone, I do believe, gets exactly what they deserve always. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get through everything. Okay. I'm so lost. I want to restart my manifestation. How do I do that? Let's talk about that in a video, because that sounds like something I can definitely talk about for people when you don't know what to do on your manifestation journey. Let's start over type beat. I got you on that, babe. Take care, Faith, though, for real. I don't know, but I feel like I should share this. 3 years ago, I started worshiping goddess Kali, and she represents the fierce transformation, it's transformative energy that liberates souls by destroying the ego. The death of the ego is not an act of violence, but one of ultimate compassion. The ego creates separation, fear, and suffering. Correct. By destroying it, Ma Kali strips away the illusions that separates the individual soul from the divine. She takes away what we merely pretend to be, leaving only our true immortal self. She is the most unconventional and powerful goddess. Her wrathful appearance isn't meant to cause fear, but to terrify the ego. Correct. Literally, that is what beauty is. Beauty is for the ego. Like, what I mean by beauty is like the representation of beauty. You know what I mean? Like societal beauty standards, all ego. Beauty is in the soul. A person could be the most unattractive person in terms of societal standards. If their soul is beautiful, they are gorgeous. And that's how it always naturally is, really. Actually, like God. Oh yeah, wait. Hold on one second. Unlike traditional deities depicted as serene and heavily or ornamented, Kali is shown naked, disheveled, dark-skinned. Her form rejects the patriarchal expectation that the feminine must always be gentle and pleasing. So yes, it's a public. Excuse me. So yes, it's a public gratitude to Mother Kali, for all the transformation, healing that she helped me with. I intuitively feel like I should share this message with everyone here. Hail to Ma Kali. Sorry, I'm like reading and like not reading it right. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is fucking beautiful. I'm really thankful that you said this, because I'm gonna do research on this, and I feel like this is amazing, because I feel like, yes, people could definitely learn from this, and it's definitely something that rings very true for a lot of people who need to be humbled egotistically. You know what I mean? Because everyone should be humbled egotistically, but I'm just glad that there's like something that represents that and that strongly puts people in the direction of being and embracing that. You know what I'm saying? Wow, I love that. Thank you so much for saying that. And yeah, you should fear bad karma after doing bad things. I do actually agree with that, because I know that it's just like you have to be true to yourself morally always. Hey girly, I have a request. How can manifest great health? Because the news always said that this food is poisonous or can give you cancer. How can we manifest the fear of getting serious hell? You mean of getting serious healing? Thank you so much. Of course, babe. Yeah, that's there to scare you. That's literally there for ego. Exactly. Thank you for saying that here, because that's all that shit is there to scare the ego. Because if you focus on, oh my god, is everything I'm eating killing me? It's more likely to seem like it may kill you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that you're saying that, because I feel like it's something that, you know, everyone should pay attention to. Thank you. God bless you. I'll definitely make a video. Please do a video for getting rid of depression too. I don't think I can keep on going with this. Like, it's been going since 2017. Baby girl, hold on tight. You're not going nowhere. I don't know what you mean by that, but you better stay right here in this chat. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you gotta come through. So we're getting through this shit together. And yes, I absolutely can make a video on that. So thank you again for asking. Okay, let me get all these. Someone said, can you teach us about how and why is your mind called as 4D? Yes, I can. Okay. I'm like taking more pictures, always. 1111, period. Yes, I love 1111. Been seeing it so much lately. Okay, guys. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up now. Oh my gosh. LOL, I also watched your aura video, and last live you told me I have a purple and golden aura and they're rare. Yes, I did say that, and they are so beautiful. I don't know if I can turn it around and manifest higher grades in such a short period of time. I'm not a master at manifesting. Yes, the fuck you are a master at manifesting, and yes, you could turn around anything in a second. Why are you acting? This is not a process, baby. You make the decision right now, it's done. You just gotta persist, okay? It's already done, and you already got this. Don't worry. I promise you. You always got this shit. You said, and when I have to choose between two options in an exam based on my intuition and I'm unsure about both, I always pick the wrong one and the other one was the right one. You should just manifest that every option that you choose is the right one and don't anticipate this is probably the wrong one, because I know some people do that. They anticipate these things and then it's almost like, yeah, it is. No, though, you don't want that. But will I pass? Will I pass every exam? I feel like you low key could feel some if you let yourself. I see that. I feel like don't let yourself. Like, have a strong mindset. I feel like this is just showing you to have a strong fucking mindset, babe. Like, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Let us know. I want to hear about your exams. You passed every one, passing with straight A's. What is it called? Flying colors. I don't know. Like, literally all of it. It's green flag, babe. Always. I wish I'll get to London before July 7th. Thanks, Hibiscus. That's cute. That's really cute. Aw, thanks, Lady B. That's so sweet. OMG Queen is live. Love your videos so much. Thank you so much. I love you so much, babe. Thank you. It's a boy. Oh my god. But I always felt strong girl. Yeah, I saw like a very like cute like girl, like a little girl. That's crazy. I had dreams that I was pregnant with a girl. I was convinced I was pregnant with a girl. Is it possible though that the baby might actually be a girl? Even if in blood tests and ultrasounds say otherwise, it is still possible that they could be a girl. But I feel like it's probably, I honestly feel like it's in feminine energy. That's what I feel. I feel very strongly that your baby has a very feminine energy, and that's something that you're gonna definitely see them play out within your reality. You know what I mean? Like, as you guys grow together and all the beautiful stuff that y'all are supposed to be doing. Yes, so that's very cute and very beautiful. Aw. OMG, should I follow my SP intuitively? I really want to, but I don't know. I've asked this question a bunch. I see, yeah. You can do it. It's okay. My original SP has the same wall hanging as you, the zodiac signs one. Really? Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, I've had this literally since 2018. Whenever my spiritual awakening was, is when I had that. So that's unbelievable. Whoa, synchronicity. Are you kidding me? Someone pointed that out on literally the day that I'm talking about spiritual awakenings. That's absolutely insane, but it's not. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my god, you remember my cat name? Yes, Mishu. Oh, Mishu, my baby. Yes. Oh, that was horrible, bro. He ran away and it was like my mom was like depressed as fuck. And I was like, it's gonna be okay, he'll come back. And he did. It was like really scary though. It was yeah, it was like terrifying. But yes, his name is Mishu. That's so cute that you said that. Oh my god. Okay. You're not gonna fail, Dappy. You're gonna pass everything. What I said was more of like a representation of how you feel with yourself. You know what I mean? Like, if you think that you'll fail, you could, but you're not going to. Yeah, I thought you retracted it. You're not gonna fail. Oh, you said, how do I not let myself fail it? You have to believe that you will pass, and you always will. You have to believe that. You have to believe in your mind being able to create this reality the way that you want it to be. And if you want to succeed, you will, and that's it. And also, Karsh, I'm really sorry. I know, like, I didn't see like all your comments, but I was like going through to try to see it. If you want to ask me something, you can ask me real fast because I'm gonna get off in like a second. But yes, I can do it. Every one of us can do it. No more overthinking anymore, ever. Of course, ever. Never, ever, ever. One of the things that helped me a lot is her videos. I'm watching all her old videos. I'm deeply thankful for this channel. My mental health is blooming. Thank you, baby. Thank you so much for saying that. That's so sweet. It means so much to me. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you. It took her 3 days for him to come back. Electra's cat miss you. So if she can do it, I can do it too. Oh my god, did your cat run away? Oh, it's okay. It's already manifested for you. I'm manifesting like it's already done. If that's what happened for you, 1,000,000,000%. Like, you got your cat back. They never left to begin with. That's what I was doing. I was like visualizing them in my house. Let me do that for you real fast. I'm like seeing your cat in your house. I don't know if that's even what happened, but okay. Babe, can you intuitively see my SP situation now these days? Um, I feel like you both are thinking a lot about each other. I think I already said that before, but I see it. I see that you're thinking a lot about him. He's thinking a lot about you. I feel like it's because you're more in tune with the energy that now you know that you're thinking about it more. But I feel like they're always thinking about you in one way or another. I still do feel like they like the chase though. Thanks for doing these lives. Always love listening to you and learning more. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so thankful to learn from you guys too and to hear everything that you guys have to say. You guys are like unbelievably iconic. I love y'all so much. Um, I get you. Want to go to London? I get you. Plus, I started self love, like listening rampages a lot, and I'm so into that now. Can you check my aura and stuff these days and my studies? Let's see. I ain't chasing or thinking about him anymore, babe. Like I genuinely don't give a fuck. Period. Yeah, so I saw that you were thinking about him, but I feel like he's always thinking about you. So it's like, you know what I mean? You're always in the front frontliner. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, I don't know what you say, what you call it. Okay. With your aura, I feel like your aura is becoming stronger. I literally see it like growing like this. And I feel like for your studies, you're getting more confident. So good. Keep growing in confidence. It's helping your studies a lot. I feel like all this, like us talking, has made you more confident. So I'm very happy about that. Very glad. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see. I actually don't have a cat, but thank you for helping if I do. Of course, babe. So cute. I watched that video. Oh yeah, the cat rescue. It was like manifest. Yeah, I was inspired because it was like it was a 3-day manifestation journey, I think. I don't remember exactly, but yes. Girl, help me with weight loss. I got you, girl. Go look at I have so many videos about weight loss. And I think you asked me a question about weight loss actually, right? I have that on my phone still. Okay, so I can make a video about that. I just gotta find like what to say about it because I already said a lot about like weight loss and things like that, but I can do it again. It's fine. I don't mind at all. And will you pass? Okay. I see a yes. You will pass. I feel like the more confident you are, the better. So yes, you will though. All right, guys. I love y'all so freaking much. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys for sticking through all the way. Ice skating update. Thank you for asking. It's going so damn well. I got my off ice axle officially. I can actually finally do my off ice axle. Okay. So tomorrow I'm going to do it on ice. We're going to practice. Very excited. I'm so fucking excited. But we're going to see how it goes and I'll let you guys know everything. But okay, I genuinely feel like I'm waiting for life to start, but then I realize I'm the one who's in control here, and you always are. I'm happy you're saying that because you're right. That realization is so simple and it's so helpful. Um, it didn't tell me that fast I'd pass. It's because for you, I'm telling you, you have to work on your confidence, my love. Like I'm telling you, like I know you'll pass, but do you think you'll pass? Like you know what I'm saying? With Karsh, I saw like yeah, she'll pass because I feel like she knows she'll pass. But I feel like for you, you're very like afraid, and I don't want you to be afraid. I want you to be like on it. I want you to know that you'll fucking pass. I want you to tell me I'm passing this shit and have confidence in that. Like that's what I want. And I feel like that will ultimately help you so much. Like keep persisting with that because a lot of it I feel like is super fear-based and you don't deserve to be in that energy, especially because you don't want your life to play out like that, you know? And it won't. But just yeah, you see, you're afraid, bro. Work. Exactly. Look at the polarization right here. Karsh above says yes, hell yeah. Ain't no way I fail. That B says no, I'm afraid underneath. Like we could do you can do this. You can do this, bro. You can do this. It yeah, even if it's in 2 days, you can have a test right now today and you'll pass if you let yourself, I promise. Oh my god. Thank you so much, Karsh, for saying that I look pretty. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Indrani. So today you're looking like a moonlight. That's so cute. Thank you so much. God bless you, babies. Thank you. Um, babe, quick see whether SP will contact or not. Exactly. Raise your confidence. Anything can happen. Okay. I see the word not soon. They will, but I don't think very soon. So if you want to block him, you can. I keep feeling like don't block him, but I feel like I see a little bit more yes to block him now than I did last week. So maybe you're becoming more like you're getting more done with it. Interesting. Okay. That's very interesting. But okay, guys, I love you. I love you. God bless you guys so much. I'll talk to y'all on Thursday. My sisters and I are going live in 2 days tomorrow. No, 2 days. I thought today was Tuesday. We're going live on Wednesday night. So, yes, I will see you guys in 2 days. You can subscribe to our channel. It's linked right here in the chat so that you can just, yeah, whatever, see us. We're going to talk about everything. I love you guys so freaking much. Remember, I do law of assumption and spiritual coaching and readings. If you guys want anything from me, please let me know. I'm here for y'all for anything. But please take care, everyone. I love you so freaking much. Do not block him yet. I feel like give it a little bit of time. But I love you guys. God bless you guys. Thank you guys for everything again. I love you forevermore. We'll speak very soon. Thank you guys for all the questions and for talking to me. I always love talking to y'all. I'm just happy to help you guys. That's all. I love you guys. God bless you. Bye. Bye. God bless you, angels. Bye, my love. Please take care, everyone. I love you forever. God bless you. Bye.